is the Slender Man. This is a game that that caught my attention very quickly, and I gotta tell you, I never heard of this before until I accidentally clicked on, I believe, how the movie should end, how it should have ended, and I like how it should end because they always show clippings of video games, um, movies, and how pretty much how they felt the movie should end. And also, they do a great job of pointing continuity errors and pretty much the obvious that many people ask questions when they see the screen. They do a very good job, but the animation is spot on, excellent. And I wanted to see what they had in something new in store because they haven't brought anything out since I think believe The Dark Knight Rises, and I saw they had the Slender games, and I was like, this is kind of weird. And then they did the Hunger Games already, and I was like, no, it's called the Slender Games. So I was like, okay, well, let me see what this is all about. And it's the same cast with the Hunger Games, only now instead of them killing each other, you have this dude with a suit, and they had no face, and every time they get caught, it seems like they had this static and they disappear. And apparently, I think the end, everybody pretty much dies, and it says that, well, I forgot to tell you that even though you win the game, Slender still comes after you, which is kind of weird. And I'm like, who the hell is Slender? And I'm like, that's the whole thing I kept on saying. It turns out that Slender is actually a very popular phenomenon that's happened online of late. Um, I basically tracked it down to a couple of documentaries. And by the way, before I go on and do this, this is all pretty much like a fan-made documentary, which they do a very good job. By the way, I actually was intrigued. I know a lot of people put on the comment section, "Oh, it's fake, it's fake." For once, can you guys just have fun with the stuff they have? It's very, very good, very, very entertaining, and I always say, you always want to know how things is fake. Anytime when they say they have police footage of something, you know it's fake because there's no way the police are going to release crucial evidence to the public. It's just not going to happen. It was one of the reasons why I never bought into the Blair Witch Project, because there's no way that police departments of any kind is going to release crucial evidence to Hollywood to make a film. It's just not going to happen. And this is something the same thing, but it is well done. It is very, very well done, and it got me thinking, well, what the hell is Slender Man? So I looked up some of the stuff, and I couldn't find anything. I couldn't find anything in any research other than what people has been sharing with each other in terms of blogs and on video. And it turns out that I traced it back to a game which other people has played. A lot of people has played. One recently. One video that I've seen on Blimp was recent was Obey My Rod, which does a lot of vampire games, playing as a Yu-Gi-Oh character, Merit, and he has Bakura, who I don't know who the other person's voice is, but they do a great job. They're very entertaining, and if you guys want to check out his other stuff, I'll leave a link below, but he is very, very good. And he was playing Slender game. Even Toby Turner was playing Slender game, and then I've realized that everybody who loves gaming was playing the Slender game, and I'm like, well, where is this game? Who made it? And how do you play it? And it turns out that this game is independently made. And it's free. That's the whole best part about it. You can actually play it for free. And I gotta tell you, for a very short game, it is worth the experience. I'll say that, because the way they set this game up is you're guaranteed, along with the music, you're guaranteed to have a few jump scares. That's how good the game sets you up. It plays with your mind a lot because you're basically isolated. And the game I played was pretty much, I think, the very first one where you were in these woods, and you have to find 8 notes. You have to find 8 notes, and the more you find the notes, the more aggressive Slender gets. And believe me, once he gets close enough to you, the game's over. There is no second chance in this. You have to get the 8 notes, and then that's not enough. You have to escape from the exit, and once you do that, you beat the game. But it is not easy. It's actually pretty damn hard because you never know when he's gonna pop up. And when he pops up, if you're still in the distance, it's so unexpected that you actually get scared to nearly half the death. Like, oh, and that's what makes the game so fun. That's what makes the game so damn popular. And the fact that this guy, whose name is escaping me, have actually developed this game, and he has developed other maps as well. I think the latest one, I believe, is Elementary, which I haven't played yet, but I've seen other people's play it. And instead of notes, you get like teddy bears. The fact that he made these games and he's making it free for everyone to play is kind of awesome. I don't know how he was able to fund this. I believe he actually had some kind of Kickstarter or something. But man, if this is his work, and this is a part of his work, I can't wait to see more of this. This is actually a brilliant game. It's a very, very good game. That strength is pretty much the jump scares. The game is basic. It's pretty much, there's not much else to say about it. The game is basic, but it's very hard. And one of the things you got to be aware of if you're going to play this game is that you don't want to use your flashlight too much in the game because it does run out, especially if you're playing it very, very long and you haven't catch all the stuff. And believe me, when it comes to that forest level, the woods level, you want to preserve as much of that energy as possible because it's going to get hard, and to the point where you even may get lost, especially if you have just come out and play it. And two, you don't want to use your sprint too much. You want to keep it at you want to run when it's the time is right. You don't want to do it you don't want to do it too often. Otherwise, you're going to find that when you need it the most, you can't do it because you actually sprint. And you want to keep away from areas that you get stuck in, especially when you know that Slender's right behind you, depending on which stages. I believe that's when Slender starts to really come after you, but you can still get caught. This has actually happened to me. You can still get caught on zero because I didn't know what the hell I was doing the game. I didn't know how to, to control it properly. Once I got the hang of it, it was actually pretty good. I actually enjoyed this game. It's not. I can tell you, it's not gonna be for everybody. Not everybody's gonna look at this and say, "This is not where the blood and where the guts." That's not what this game is all about. This game is pure isolation and pure psychological warfare because you really don't know where Slender is in this game. He's not gonna just, he ain't gonna walk past you. You're not gonna see. He doesn't give you footsteps. You see him if he's in the far distance. Get away from him as quickly as possible because he will pop up at any moment, especially when you're getting close to beating him. And that's when he really gets aggressive, when you beat him. I gotta give kudos to the developers of this game. This is a well done game. I really did enjoy this game, and the fact that it scared me, that's a thumbs up. I like games that actually utilize the jump scare well, and this one utilized the jump scare well. Now, before I cut through this review, I might as well let you guys know now that if you're gonna download this game, and you have to download it, but it is free to download, you want to make sure you look at the number because there are different types of numbers to Slender, and there's a reason for that because not all the Slender game versions is going to work well with your computer. It really does depend on the computer, so you want to keep an eye of the numbers. I believe mine was 9.0, and it works fine. This works perfectly okay, but there are others, and I actually talked to a friend who actually still is also playing the game. Depending on the memory, I believe it does slow down your computer a little bit. So always check the numbers. They're very, very important, and make sure that the game itself is compatible because you want to make sure that you have the right compatibility. But other than that, it's definitely worth a try. It's definitely fun. I think he believed that from what I read and from what I've been told, he's coming out with new maps every few weeks. So to keep the game fresh, and it's definitely worth playing. I believe that this same game is going to be out eventually for a game console. I believe it's already out for the Wii U, I believe. But it's definitely worth a fun ride. It's definitely an entertaining game, and it's something that it really, for a game that is very basic, is very fun because it is one of those games that you really don't know when he's gonna pop up until he pops out, and when he does, it's like, oh damn. But that's my experience of the game. I enjoyed it. It was fun. Again, and that's pretty much it. I hope you guys at least get it taken into consideration. It is definitely a 3-star game, and I give kudos to the developers who made it. So that's pretty much it. This is J77 saying take care.